Come one, come all. Hello, friends. Welcome to the Winding Road Podcast. Yeah. What do you want to talk about? Let's go. Didn't click on here for any specific reason, but I got a few thoughts rattling around up there, and I'm going to present them to you right now. It's been probably maybe a week or so since I last got on here and made one of these. And in that week, things still kind of sort of unsettled, but proceeding with kindness, proceeding with love, learning a lot about life, learning a lot about more and more about myself every single day, as I encourage you to try to do as well, to take those deeper moments to think about things and assess what you need and what you got and what you're working with. And I've done that. Done a little mental capacity for anger and shit and blowing up, and learning not to do that. Been a perfect example. Family member around, please don't get hit. Squirrel. There was a squirrel on the winding road, and he stayed in his spot and did not dart in front of me. That is one smart squirrel. And I've been learning a lot from this person, very close, near, dear to my heart. And I've been learning that, man, they've just done a really good job with everything going on, of just not even getting mad at all. And it was like, they told me, it's like, well, I don't have certain capacity to deal with that stuff. And I'm not gonna, whatever that is, whatever that line is, all right, not gonna deal with any more than that. Basically saying, you know what, I'm not going to worry about things. I'm going to worry about a few things. I'm going to pick and choose what we worry about. Obviously, ain't going to worry about nothing. That's the whole goal. But pick and choose what they're worrying about. And if certain other things come along the line, no stress, man. No stress, no cross words, no trigger words to insinuate a fight. Just proceeding with kindness and love. And I saw that recently in this person, and it's really inspired me. And it was, nothing that they said or anything like that. It was their actions. And if there's people around you you look up to or whatever, and you see that, man, it really stands out to me, and I hope it stands out to you. I hope you're looking for it, and I hope you're being one of those people, that sets good examples with how to deal with things and how to deal with situations, Day job, like I said, part of that's waiting on people and serving people every now and again. And I learned just to, whenever it's a perfect microcosm for life, like being a waiter and shit. You have to have sanity in the chaos. You can't get sped up. You have to realize things are going to come at you, but you have to be 2-3 steps ahead. In your brain, you got to be focused on what you're doing and who to take care of next. And then you got to realize certain people are going to throw things at you, and then you got to think, can I do that task? Is it just getting a to-go box or something like that? Can I do that task and complete that task in a short period of time, knock that out real quick, and move on to something else? I think that's just a good example in life. People asking you to do something or whatever it might be, it's all right, can I help them? Is that going to help them? That's what you should be asking yourself first. And it's okay, but is it going to hurt me? We have to care, but we also have to think about ourselves as well. And if you can take care of something for them, and it's really no bother or no stress other than the stress that you make it out to be in your mind by thinking, oh boy, really? I got to do that. Yeah, well, don't be freaking selfish. Just do it, man. If it's not going to hurt you and you can get it done, knock it out for them. If it's something larger that they ask for, it's okay to politely decline sometimes, because our time is valuable. It's the only thing, it's not guaranteed. It's the most precious thing, and the only thing that truly we have that we don't know how much we are guaranteed. So whenever we're moving about in our thought process, it's always constantly in the mind, every day is a blessing. How can I help people? How can I be a better me to be a better person, to show more love, to inspire more people, to unite more people? How do we go about doing that? We've talked a lot about it on the winding road, with me, and how I do it is doing it through nature and connecting with the earth and just spirituality, however that looks for you, whatever that might look like. I definitely think believing in something's a good thing, whatever it is, whatever higher power or whatever, or if you don't believe there's a higher power or anything like that, just believe whatever you want to believe. But, I just pray and hope like we're doing it with as much love that we can. There's always going to be the yin and the yang of the light and the dark, the good and the bad. But, as a light seeker or whatever you want to call it, to try to spread all that positivity and stuff. And I saw a thing on a guy's truck. It was like coexist, it said. And oh my God, a beautiful blackbird fluttering over the car. Stopped for about 3 seconds. It started to dip down a little bit, so it knew it needed to flap its wings a little more, get up over the car, and away she goes. And that bird continues on its journey of existence. And we'll continue on ours here on the winding road in just a second. Get distracted by these birds pretty easily. They're so beautiful though, man. But coexist was on the license plate, and I got to thinking about that, and it's like, how do you coexist? People that don't believe things that you might believe or whatever, you do that by trying to not have opinions, just taking any and all information in and assessing it, but really don't. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I try not to have an opinion. That way I'm not blinded to one side or the other side. I'm trying to see all sides. And how we coexist is through authentic power. Gary Zukav wrote about that, his book, Seed of the Soul. He had a sequel book as well, Universal Human is what it's called. Boy, I'm doing good today. It talks about authentic power, and the seed of the soul. What is the soul, and how do you go about finding that? But the authentic power part of that was, it's not external power. It's not seeking, to get ahead by taking shortcuts or by putting somebody else at a lower level. It's about trying to help everybody rise up to whatever level that they're trying to get at, to where they have the most joy in their heart throughout all of their days. And that's finding that authentic power. Like, well, fuck, man, like we're probably never going to coexist because there's so much external power that is just all over this world, right? But there's also that authentic power. There's also universal humans out there, like is talking about like the next wave of consciousness and where we're going overall as a species and all that stuff. And you can bring all the AI and all that into it, that you want, and talk about long time in the future. And like, that's fun to think about, but here, now, Earth, we live here. That's what we're doing right now. So how do we affect the now to then help the future, not only in our lives? Yes, I like to focus mainly on that and how I'm just spreading that positive energy, and however it goes out into the world, But I also think about the bigger picture and like saving the earth and all that stuff and recycling, and it's like how much does that all matter, if we're like that's over my pay grade, I can do what I can on a small microscopic level, and that's what I have to do. I'm not in a position where I have to make super big giant changes. Let the people deal with that. Let them deal with thinking about society in hundreds of years in the future, like we kind of do probably, but we probably aren't doing a very good job of that, obviously, because we've been screwing up a lot for a long time. Is what it is. Sun's going to blow up someday. We may be long gone by then, or we may still be around. Who knows? But it's fun to think about. But all I got's right here, right now with you. And like, I'm just proceeding with love, man. And I, like that microscopic level, I was going to click on here and do one of these things the other day, but I couldn't find my damn clip to get the microphone going. Brakes! But I was thinking about things from just the smallest level, man. Like, how do you figure out life and keep your sanity? And it's like you start out a microcosm, you know, of whatever it is that's around you. You take a small thing like a tree or whatever it is, something, because it all intertwines, it all relates, and then you break that down into parts, like what makes that happen from scratch to what it blossoms into. How does that happen? And if you start taking those levels of things and you start thinking, all right, like I can apply that to my own life, because it happens so naturally for anything else around us, right? Because they don't have to deal with the consciousness per se. Maybe we don't know, you know, but they don't have to deal with it as far as we know. It just happens naturally for animals, for any other part of the ecosystem, any other thing that exists here on this earth. It's happening naturally for them, but it doesn't happen naturally for us, because we are conscious beings, and our consciousness leads us all over the frickin' place, you know, because it's like, how the fuck did any of this happen? What the hell am I doing here? And so think about the other things, man, and think that that's you. That is you. Whatever it is, whatever it might be, that's you too. Because we're all part of the universe, all in it together, no matter how you shake it, you know. That's the reality, is what we see. It's great to have faith, but this reality is what we see, and how do we make the most of it while we're here? You know, at least assessing to try to just grow, you know, to try to keep growing, to blossom into that big, beautiful tree, to let life happen naturally to you, but also realize within your consciousness that, fuck, man, I can make some big differences. I can do some good things. I can do it at a microcosm level and let the energy grow. And however it may sprout out to be is how it's going to be. But I can do those things. And I can do it by bringing out the love that is deep down in my heart and blocking out the noise of the madness and letting it turn into a beautiful, beautiful song. And so that's what we're doing here on the Winding Road. We appreciate you being with us here today. Feeling really good. And I like to continue to feel that way. And every day, no matter what, whether I get on here, might be a little up, might be a little down, but I hope you hear every single time, no matter what, the joy that's coming out of my heart, and just trying to figure this out, man. Like, come on with me. It's scary, it's fun. I love it. Living is fun, and I'm going to make the most out of every damn second that I have here, guys. I really am. I hope you are too. That's why I'm trying to do everything that I'm doing, like I've been talking about. I've been narrowing my focus, you know, and then you have other stuff that comes up in your life, like that you have to do, and they're good things, bad things, whatever it is. I continue to do those and just continue to try to learn from the times that I screw up. And if I can do that, and I know that that love is deep down in me, like I'm a good person. You know, I'm not perfect. Of course, like, have some bad times. I don't think, you know, like bad traits. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't think about bad traits. I think there is the negative side of things, you know, that all these other parts that we're going to have, you know, and I recognize them at time. And because I recognize them, usually I'm able to just block that out and just keep proceeding with love, and to get more and better about it every day, and try not to go backwards on things. I do sometimes, but you know, it really is just keeping the mindset and the mentality of keep moving forward, guys. Keep moving forward and keep doing it with love to inspire people and to unite people. I'm going to get off here now and go throw for my dog, and we'll get round 2. It's the old double day, the old double shift, and then I'm going to have a lot of fun going on a disc golf adventure coming up. Maybe we'll post some of that on YouTube. Maybe not. I do have some shows on there with my disc golf stuff. And the Ace Adventures with my dog, if you ever want to check those out, that's on my YouTube, or it's all available at GaryMartinMedia.com. I'm me. You're you. Love, inspire, unite. God bless.
you.